With it. All right, good evening, my lovely sex kittens. This is Justin and Tanner Reeves from Gamesplurge.com. This is our first podcast, many more to come, and this evening we'll be talking about our experience with Paranormal Activity 2, which was released on DVD today, as well as the Xbox Live arcade game Limbo. All right, first off, Paranormal Activity 2, to be completely honest with you, I hated the first one. It wasted my fucking time. And, but I was excited about this one. The previews really had me going. So, what was your initial thought about it?
Well, I kind of had the same feeling. The second one pretty much started off the same way. Um, the first two-thirds of the movie was just preparations, and it just felt like the ending didn't live up to making up for the entire two first two-thirds of the movie being just making me fall asleep.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
I thought that it was it. Number one, it got started off too slow,
yeah, I was
and
about to fall asleep.
I had high hopes for it. It started off too slow, and then it didn't finish big enough. There just really weren't enough parts that were scary by any means. It was everything was way too similar to the first Paranormal Activity. Everything from the characters to the
Yeah,
situation. I mean, you basically had a complete recreation of the Ouija board scene.
it actually happens that Mika and Katie from the first one come back in the second one. I don't know how that turned out to be, but that's just, how cheap they are. Just two actors. They probably used a total of, what, six?
It was probably about six in the whole movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, and everybody was the stories from the first and second were completely intertwined,
yeah.
completely intertwined. Which I mean, I understand what they were trying to do, but overall, it
Same personality with the characters, too. We
yeah,
got the guy
exactly,
who's
yeah,
kind of ignorant of the whole situation, and then, a girl, or in this case, two, who are just, like, freaking the hell out or whatever.
yeah.
And I believe the dog was definitely did the best job in that whole entire movie. So
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, the German Shepherd was probably the most interesting character in the movie.
definitely,
Everybody else seemed rehashed from the
yes.
first, and like I said, the first just wasn't that great of an experience for me to begin with. Overall, check it out if you're a fan of horror movies. It's worth a rent, but you know what? To tell you the truth, I was disappointed in it. Um, uh,
I would have to pass on this one. Just having my heights set so high, the bar for just horror movies. Not that a whole lot of them have been great, but a recent one I saw that was great was Nightmare on Elm Street, which was pretty good,
yeah,
don't you
Nightmare on
think?
Elm Street was
That
amazing.
was a
Yeah,
pretty awesome horror movie. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. I completely agree. Give me the disappointed finger right there. Give me the
oh
finger
yeah,
shake.
let's do
Yeah,
that.
this is what.
Mmm.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
that's
you
it.
guys.
Paranormal
You
Activity
guys
too. Now,
suck.
like I said, the next thing we've got to talk about is our full experience with the Xbox Live arcade game Limbo, which is, fully recognized as one of the best downloadable games of 2010, and I have to definitely agree with that.
Oh, no doubt. It's just literally just one of those games where it's just really nice to look at, artistically, just brilliant, visually.
Yeah, definitely. The black and white, the film noir style of it is something new. Now we did see something similar to that. As far as the black and white, the general presentation of it was similar to the Misadventures of P.B. Winterbottom.
I
Really,
agree.
yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't really thought about that, but you are correct. It just seemed
yeah,
this one is a lot more dreary. You have the overcast of the background and
yeah,
everything, so
yeah.
that kind of.
Completely different atmosphere
Oh yeah,
is what
definitely.
Whereas P.B. Winterbottom was kind of goofy and a funny type of environment. Limbo is definitely the opposite. Definitely depressing.
Oh yeah,
I was surprised at how
definitely. I
I
don't
was
even know what is it rated. I just want a question I want to ask
yeah, exactly.
for
I would have
you
to.
guys if you know. And yeah, just give me some tell them about your experiences so far with Limbo. Those the most shocking, rather than what you expected from the game.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect the overwhelming amount of dead children in the game.
Yes,
Dead children everywhere. Like really.
yeah, it was
Um,
probably worse than the Rob Zombie movie to tell you the truth.
yeah, exactly. Lots of dead kids
Yes,
everywhere. But Limbo's definitely a must-have. Especially, I mean, it's a platform puzzler, and if you read any of my articles, you know that I'm addicted to them since Braid. Braid's an amazing game. Misadventures of Pippi Winterbottom. great, but Limbo just offers a different experience, just a completely a new environment. Definitely something dark. Uh,
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely probably the darkest game that I've played in a while.
Yeah, kind of depressing. But
Yeah,
like you said, if you had some of the most popular DLC out there right now is of course Black Ops First Strike, and then we have Limbo over here with the top of the indie game, I guess, just arcade games in general. So definitely go for Limbo. It's just it'll last you a longer just longer playability
yeah, I'm
rather than
definitely,
four maps. Just
yeah,
definitely pick it over. It's
I
an
agree.
awesome experience all the
Yeah,
way through.
I mean, I'm definitely going to be a second playthrough. I definitely, let's see, of course, we can't talk about without mentioning some bad parts. The puzzles do seem a little bit rehashed after a while,
Right.
but that's going to happen almost with any, you know, platform puzzler out there. It's all about the artistic style. I think that it's all about the presentation of Limbo, and the gameplay mechanics are amazing and responsive, and the puzzles are fun. The characters, the enemies they're new and creative, dark. So it's definitely one to pick
Yeah,
up Limbo.
definitely. Like you said you wanted to get through the puzzles or whatever, just so you can see what happened with the storyline. The storyline keeps you hanging there until you finish out the whole entire game. It's not that like the puzzles are dull. It's just the fact that you want to get through them, and they're pretty tough sometimes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely, absolutely, and yeah, and it keeps you hanging. It doesn't give you much information, so that's why you want to press on and kind of find out why you're in this situation. So it's great. I really
so
have to say Limbo was great.
yeah, we're definitely gonna have to give it a big old wow
Yeah,
on that
give me the
one.
wow right there.
Oh
You
yeah,
see it,
pretty
and
sexy. Yep.
I definitely said we're still kind of in the beginning stages of it. We're having a lot of fun with it, so I feel like we have to mention Pacman Championship Edition DX
Oh
while we're
yeah,
talking about downloadable content.
definitely.
Uh, Extremely addictive. We haven't seen. I grew up playing Pac-Man, because I'm old. Uh, but this new one, Pac-Man has just sucked for 20 years. Nothing good has come out having anything to do with Pac-Man for a long time. But Championship Edition is amazing. It's Geometry Wars meets Pac-Man, and it's the flashing. We did it in an article a day or two ago about seizure-inducing games, and it's definitely one of them.
It's
Definitely one
definitely
of
on
them.
up there. Definitely.
Yeah, it is. It is a
So
lot going on. It's a lot of fun. Very addictive. Watch out for the full review of that coming soon. So we're gonna have to throw some numbers out there. Paranormal Activity. Or Paranormal Activity 2. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go with a 7.
yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with either a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
It didn't even keep my attention.
Yeah. It
I
was.
wanted to
Yeah.
know what happened, but it was just the repeated. How they have sequential nights. It just skips through the night. Sometimes it'll just nothing will happen. One time the pool light went out. Like how exciting is that? So it's
Yeah.
just not enough to keep my attention. And then the ending and I guess the last 30, not even 30 minutes, 20
Yeah.
minutes didn't even keep my attention. Just not that interesting.
Yeah.
Storyline kind of weak.
Yeah,
So
it felt like they were building up to something, and the
for
payoff
nothing.
wasn't
Yeah.
great. Yeah, definitely, it was kind of like it. Yeah, no payoff, no money shot on that one. I'm gonna, completely agree. 6 or 7 Paranormal Activity 2, Limbo. It's hard for me to give out tens nowadays. I don't know why, but for the experience, I'm gonna have to go with a 10. Just a masterful game,
Yeah,
artistically.
I really don't have any other second thoughts besides of just watching you and playing a few of the puzzles. So I'm just probably gonna have to um, do the same as you and give it a 10 just because it is awesome to look at, and I don't think any game has ever made me feel so depressed and suicidal in my entire
Yeah,
life. So,
exactly.
and I guess we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Happy Valentine's to everybody. Let's go ahead and give us some hearts down
Oh, let
there.
me get some hearts.
All right, let's do it. Yep. Oh, here we
Oh, well,
go.
this is a kiss
Let's
from me to
do it.
you.
Yeah, you see that? All right. We love it. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the podcast. We'll be back next week. Hell, maybe this week.
Yeah,
I don't
probably this
know. We
week.
do what we want. That's how we roll. So thanks again, guys. Justin and Tanner Reed from Gamesplurge.com signing out. We'll see you later.
Later on.